Vesuveus here, VesuveusMxO. So we're going to be doing a walkthrough of the Industrial Quest, the Introductory Quest for the Matrix Online. So originally when the game first launched, you could jack into any number of hardlines. I believe that they were all in Richland, the slums. At some point it was all edited so that you start off north in Uriah, northeast hardline, and then as you travel south, the mobs get higher level. You can then cross over into Westview, and as you go north, the mob levels will increase as you go north. So you're kind of doing like a big letter U. Then it was the Industrial Quest was implemented. Okay, so you start off also the loading area and the tutorial were revamped so that you got this ID card. And so when you first jack in, you've leveled up. You're now level 2. You hit that first hardline at the end of the tutorial. You level up. You jack into the Matrix for the first time. You have an ID card, and that will begin your Industrial Quest. Okay, so I'm here in Uriah, northeast, and my character here, Vesuveus. Starting off, I've got the beta hat. Okay, I've got the awakening sunglasses. Actually, both things that I'm going to be offering in real life. I've got some beta hats out there. I got more in the works, and I'm working on the awakening sunglasses. So if you would like to get those, give you more information about that later. I'm going to change my outfit here into the beta outfit, and then as I go and do a walkthrough of the quest, I'll put on the items that you would get. Okay, now this is all done in the emulator 2019, the MXO emu.info emulator that is being headed up by Raj Casto. So it's a non-working emulator. Not everything works, but I'm still going to go do a little walkthrough here, and I will kind of chop up the video so that you can see what we're getting. Okay, or that you would have gotten while the game is live. Okay, so I'm going to change from my outfit here into the beta outfit. When you first come out of the hardline, you have an ID card that's left over from your tutorial. It's supposed to be like your final item as a blue pill, and you can use that to kick off this Industrial Quest. So we go and we talk to Cleo here. Now in the emulator I can click on her, but she's not going to work. So I get an error message, as you can see in the system chat. It doesn't work, but when you talk to Cleo, when the game was live, you talk to Cleo. She's basically just a collector. She can trade things. So you will give her your ID card, and she'll give you notes for Stokes. Okay, just notes for Stokes. So I've been unable to uncover the details for these items. I'd like to put them up where you can see them. Couldn't find them, but they're pretty generic items. So then we come over here, we talk to Stokes. Okay, so he's number 2. When you talk to Stokes, you give him the notes for Stokes, and he'll give you notes for acid, and he'll also give you an MP700 pump shotgun. Okay, it's just a low-level shotgun, and you continue along your quest here. And as I remember, there were mobs of the Chopper Gang. The thing with the Chopper Gang, they would spawn over here in this area, kind of by the shore. And this backstory for the Choppers is that they would steal cars, they would bring them to the industrial district, they'd chop them up, sell them for parts. So they were the Choppers, and their item was keys, so you could collect Chopper keys from them. I just assumed they were keys of stolen cars. Maybe their own gang token. Every gang had a little token that you could collect when you killed their members. So brings us to Acid. So when we talk to Acid, we can give her 1 chopper key and the notes for Acid. She'll give us the notes for Override and 5 health pill 1.0s. And then anyone can use health pill 1.0. They give you 10 points or 75 health points. I'll give you a good look at Acid here. Acid has on the female version of, I believe, the industrial pants and the industrial shirt, except the industrial shirt was black. Probably the industrial boots as well. As I recall, they were pretty generic. I'll show you the male industrial gear as we go. I'm pretty sure I remember what they were, so I'll show you those as we go. So here's Fastback. Fastback was just an original collector for the game. Okay, when you clicked on him, if you gave him 9 keys, he would give you the industrial boots. Okay, and I'll throw the industrial boots up there. Update, and here we go. Those were what the industrial boots looked like, and the industrial boots would give you probably some ballistic damage resistance or something. From Acid, we still have our notes for Override, so we'll continue down, heading south, and we come across our next collector, Override. Give you a little look at Override here. And giving Override the note for Override, he would give us the industrial pants, which were level 3. They would give you melee damage resistance 3 points. So throw on those industrial pants, and there we go, our industrial pants. Override would also give us the notes for RPM. So you give him the notes for Override and also 3 chopper keys, and he'll give you the note for RPM and the industrial pants. So continue south. And we come across our next collector, RPM. Give you a look here at RPM. Alright, so when we talk to RPM, we can give her the notes for RPM and 6 more chopper keys that you can farm from the mobs that spawn all around the area. She'll give you the industrial shirt, which was a level 3. That gave you ballistic damage resistance 3 points. So I'll give you the shot of the old industrial shirt here. This one I wasn't too certain on. I believe I got it right. And boom, industrial shirt. I believe that was the industrial shirt. It might have been a different one. I believe it was sleeveless. I think it was that one. Alright, moving on. So RPM will give you the notes. Did she give you notes? I don't know. I think she just gave you the one thing. Of course, there is the Uriah southeast hardline, or I'm sorry, southwest hardline, and you got a coder vendor, a hacker vendor, and an operative vendor. And we also have a new collector here, Codebase. So when you would talk to Codebase, he would tell you something about Mercury, who was one of the contacts, the mission contacts that was in the area. Okay, so quickly I'll show you where he would reside. So you gotta go inside the building, get all the way to the basement. There we go. Bunch of servers. So this is Mercury's home base. Okay, so Mercury was part of the Elements. Okay, he's tied with the Chopper Gang and their leader Jack the Hack, and he's kind of tied in with the other Elements. I believe there's 10 of them all together. It's like Mercury, Beryl, you know, all these different like elements that are brought into the game and become characters. So he would give you 5 missions to do, and when the Industrial Quest was implemented into the game, he would give you a 6th quest. Completing sixth mission. Completing that 6th mission would give you notes for Codebase. And I'm not going to get into the other missions that they used to do. I'll probably do another video for mission contacts. I might do one by one. I might do one just for all the elements. Or I might just, I don't know. I'd like to do a little series here on all the content that you could do in MXO back in the day when the game was live. So more to come, but continuing the industrial introductory quest. So we've got the notes for Codebase. Alright, so we go and we talk to him. So Codebase, you could give him the notes, then he would give you the industrial jacket, which was a level 5. He would give you ballistic damage resistance, 4 points. He would also give you a little bit more information, which I'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to throw up the stats for the industrial jacket. I'll also show you what it looked like. Update. Bam! And there was your industrial jacket. Now, we've got a couple of things missing. We still got the beta shades, don't have a hat, don't have gloves. As far as I know, there were no gloves in this quest, but there was a hat and some glasses. So I told you Codebase would also give you some more information. He would lead you over to another collector named Kim Ree, who was also implemented possibly at the same time the industrial quest came down. So I'm just going to throw on my hyperspeed here, get across town to see Kim Ree. So Kim Ree was stationed outside the hideout, the exile hideout up in Uriah. So you can go down the elevator levels and the mobs will get progressively harder, and you could farm out, you know, all sorts of goodies, code bits, clothes. And then when you get to the boss at the end, you get a special item. I believe his name was Zero. They were like the unclean or something like that. Okay, so here's Kim Ree. So he's got the industrial fedora on, the headless sunglasses, the Merovingian coat, which is badass. I've always loved that coat. The Demon Army trench is what it was. Some chaps, fancy shoes, and a button-down shirt. And of course the gloves. So, as far as I know, Kim Ree would offer you the industrial fedora and the headless sunglasses. Okay? But he would want a couple of different things in return. Okay, so for the industrial fedora, that was a level 5. You had to give him 8 RSI pills. So you go in here, I'll show you quickly. Turn off my hyperspeed. Don't need that indoors. We're going to follow the map over to these elevators. Hey, Blue Pill. I saw a thing leap across the rooftops. Am I nuts? Yes, you are. Okay, so we got the elevators. Take them down. So it was like a descending order, and it was a bit of a maze. So you go to 2, and then just enlarge the map here. You had to get all the way through to the other set of elevators, and as we change levels, we'll probably see the elevators appear. So we'll go down the stairs. So those elevators disappeared. Probably the wrong way. Right, just a very rich environment, very detailed. Mess. There's just a tire laying around. Right? You got garbage can burning. I'll throw my hyperspeed on just real quick. This was the Mars Industrial Storage, and we can see the other elevators, the other set of elevators. So every level's got its own set of elevators. You can't just go right to the bottom floor. And of course, the whole way through the maze, you know, there's mobs, you know, sets of 3, 4 of these exiles. And then if you hung around long enough, the headless would come, and you could beat them up, and they would drop the RSI pills. So you stop here, right? Beat up some guys. Go a little further. There's another mob. You gotta beat them up. So this was the boss room. This is where Zero would be. So Zero would spawn here. You beat him up. You get your special item, which you can't recall at the moment. And then instead of going the elevators the whole way up, you got this emergency phone here. Let's see if it works. And it does. Hopefully you don't crash. So we would spawn just outside the Mars Industrial Storage. So I'm just going to do a little hyper jump here. I'll take off my hyperspeed. Right, get rid of that effect. And there's some hyper jump. It's always foggy in Industrial, or in Uriah Industrial. Superhero landing. Coming up. Boom. And it didn't get us all the way. And there's Kimmery. So we've gone through. We have farmed all our items. We talked to Kimmery. Doesn't work right now, but we would give them the RSI pills, and then we would get our Industrial Fedora. Update appearance. Update. Bam. And that's it. We have got our complete industrial set. Still got on my beta gloves, my beta sunglasses, which I'll probably get into the headless sunglasses another time. Right? So, as I mentioned, I got some items up for sale. Beta t-shirt. I've got a couple of assassin masks. I got the Awakening sunglasses available soon, early 2019. So if you're interested in those, I'll tell you how to get a hold of me. Hit me up on Instagram at VesuveusMxO. Send me a private message there, DM, and check out the link in the description. And if you are interested in more videos, let me know how you like this one, and I plan on doing some more. I hope you enjoyed it.